Hello everybody, this is Carlos from Texas Longhouse Mead, and today we're going to be making a caramelized honey mead called a Bochet. We're using a Kirkland's Texas Raw Wildflower honey. Put this in our pot over a medium low flame. You want your pot to be at least twice the amount of honey that you put in, because as it starts to heat up, it will actually double in volume, at least double in volume, with foam and everything else. As your honey is heating up, you're going to want to get a white paper plate and get a marker. Then around the inside of the plate or the outside, you want to do increments of 15 minutes. I initially did mine up to 75, but then once I got to 60 minutes, I had to readjust my time to every 5 minutes, because once it starts to caramelize, it'll actually caramelize faster right around that 60-minute mark. It can be as quick as 5 minutes that you get to the color that you want. Once you finish marking your plate, you want to take a sanitized mixing utensil. I have a silicone spatula that I use. Take a quick little sample and put it on your zero mark to get your initial color reading. For the first 30 minutes, I warm my honey up to 220 degrees. Here in a moment, you'll see the candy thermometer. Warm it up to 220 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 104 degrees Celsius. You want to constantly mix it so that way you don't get a burnt bottom, which will ruin your honey by giving you that burnt flavor. Again, every 15 minutes, you want to take a reading to track your color progress. Again, for the first 30 minutes, I have it on a medium-low flame just to get to 220. After the 30 minutes, I turn it up to a medium. This is where you have to watch it. Put it on medium flame up to 240 degrees. 250 degrees, you'll start losing a lot of the good flavors and aromatics that I have found personally. So you have to monitor your flame and temperature and just keep moving it up and down to try to make sure you stay around the 240 degree mark. As you can see, the foam on top from heating it up is almost towards the top. The more you mix it, the more foam you'll get, so you have to mix it up, let it rest for a little bit, let the foam come down, and then mix it again. Here at 60 minutes, I realized that the color was starting to get to where I wanted, so I went to every 5 minutes, like I said earlier. And as you can see, the color difference within 5 minutes. And here's the final look at it. Smells wonderful, tastes amazing. Here, I put a little bit of water at the bottom of the carboy, so that way you don't shock the glass and potentially break it, because you're putting hot liquid into a cold carboy. That water at the bottom will give it a quick little buffer. Off to the side, I have a little mixing cup that I have half a cup of water, 2.5 grams of Go Firm, 2 grams of 71B yeast, and 1 gram of Fermate O. You want to put nutrition or your nutrients in the beginning, because with the caramelization process, you lose a lot of, well, not that honey has a lot of nutrients, but that initial nutrient addition will help you get to a quicker fermentation and not stall out. Once the honey's in there, you want to pour your water in. Here, I hold the funnel up so that way as the water's spilling in, it helps oxygenate it. Once all the water's in, you're going to want to mix it up. All right, here we are. The water, you want to take a temperature of your must, because you don't want to kill off your yeast when you pitch it in. So here we're at 85, 90 degrees, which is fine. As long as anything under 104 degrees, your yeast will be okay. Here's the yeast, go-firm, and nutrient addition. And then you'll mix it all up. And here it is. This next step is adding nutrients to our fermentation. This is usually done 24 hours after we've put our must together. I'll take a degassing wand, mix it around a couple times for about a minute or 2 minutes. And what this does is remove CO2 from suspension and can add oxygen into the fermentation. You only want to do this for the first week. After the first week, you don't want to add oxygen to it. I forgot my fork, which I use to mix up my nutrients into the must, so that way it doesn't create such a volcano, as one of my other videos showed. Blue spray bottle here is just star sand and some distilled water. Sanitize everything. And what I'll do is I'll take a turkey baster or two full of our fermenting mead, put it into a mixing cup, and then I'll add the fermento into it so that way it doesn't create such a volcano. Here is 1 gram of fermento. Put it in. And I'll take the fork and mix it until it's thoroughly mixed into the must. Once I have it mixed in, I'll take the degassing wand and go ahead and agitate it one more time to get that last bit of CO2 out before I add the fermento addition into it, so that way make sure we don't get a volcano out of it. Once that's done, I'll take the turkey baster, fill it up with the fermento addition into it, and slowly put it into the fermentation, so that way, again, we don't get a meat volcano. Once the fermento addition has been added, I'll take the degassing wand and slowly mix it into the fermentation, so that way it is fully incorporated into it. Once it's all mixed in, take your airlock, put it back on, and set it back away in its dark corner until the next addition of your fermento. And you'll want to repeat the process in the same way as we just did now. Well, there you have it. That's how you make a bochet and how you add nutrients to any fermenting mead. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you hit the subscribe and like on our videos, and make sure you come over to our Facebook group and Instagram and like us there as well. Hope you have a good day.